You buy anything on Black Friday?
Yes, I bought 4K Blu-rays. Have you heard about these?
You bought 4,000 Blu-rays?
I bought 4,000 Blu-rays, yeah.
That must have been expensive.
Bought Matrix, all the Matrixes. One of those is good. Bought 4 Indiana Jones box set.
3 of
those are good. I bought the Godfather trilogy. 2 of those are good.
The only thing I bought was a washing machine because mine, after 7 years, decided that it had had enough.
Did you go to Apt for that?
Yeah, I did actually buy it from Apt Electronics.
Because you're a Chicago suburban dad?
Yeah, that's the dream, is to buy an appliance at Apt if you're a dad in the Chicago suburbs.
Yeah, if you don't live around here, you don't know the absolute mental hold Apt holds on all men over the age of 40.
It looks like a lot of people made Black Friday purchases.
Sounds like a lot of people got a lot of great deals. That's it, though? You only bought the washer dryer? Come on.
I know, I'm lame.
Well, we knew that.
In the past, I've bought more stuff. I don't know. This year, my wife did the gift shopping for the kids, and I did, the gift shopping I did was for her. I bought entirely used items off eBay.
Ugh.
Not because this is like some great moral declaration, just she's into vintage Barbie this year, and so I bought some vintage Barbies. Kind of into Barbie now. I don't know.
You are really into Barbie.
I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't. But my wife was like, look, a bunch of vintage toys are in our house now. I'm like, oh.
Kurt plays with Barbies.
Might be good for me. I mean, I have like some RoboCop figures I made fight with her Barbies. And yeah, okay, you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. She did not. She was like, that's nice. Now go put that away. Oh.
Yeah, but Black Friday was banging according to all analytics we have.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we got Adobe Analytics, Shopify's for like general e-commerce, Shopify's own press release for their Black Friday analytics, and some anecdotal stuff like Jonathan Poma at Loop Returns shared some things. We've got our own client data that we can look at, and also these economic reports. Things are going strong.
Everything's great.
Yeah, GDP up, and then they're like, oh, we revised it. It's actually better than we thought when we thought it was good.
Yeah.
We had that early indicator in October that GDP was strong, and so that was like, all right, that's a good indicator that November, Black Friday could be good. And sure enough, not only it was good, it was better than the previous year. We have again set records here. And as an anecdote, someone in our Facebook group, Chris, had shared, for a small biz, I think we won Black Friday. Seriously, I hope you're all crushing it. I knew Advantage Plus campaigns would do amazing short term, but they're scaling to the moon for us. So not only we saw people with like great blended ROAS numbers. We're going to talk to Sean Reyes from Shock Surplus in December, and I think he said they were doing 20x blended ROAS. I mean, so PPC ads can work. They're back. They're working. Adobe Analytics said we're 7.5% increase from previous year's sales for, I think it's for U.S. sales, 71 billion global online sales. It was like 4 out of 5 is all on mobile, and buy now, pay later up. All right, that's where we're getting our credit from, BNPL. I don't love that, but also a sign that if you're not offering installment payments, consider it.
Yeah, well, and if 80% of sales are on mobile, the default version of your website is your mobile website.
Yeah, you're right. That's version 1. Desktop's version 2.
Confidential to the client that I figured out last week, they were looking on their website on their like 2560 by 1600 widescreen monitor and being like full screen, and it being like, oh, it looks a little off here.
You're in the minority here,
yeah,
my
like
man.
No one in the history of the world has ever looked at this website like that. Only you.
Yeah, I don't
Stop
get
doing
when you have
that.
like a giant 8K monitor.
They love
full screen the browser.
Why do clients love getting giant ultra widescreen 8K monitors and then looking at their site full screen on it? Why do they love doing that?
I'm switching to exclusively using an old 11-inch MacBook Air.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I'm gonna have to squint. Adobe's analytics numbers were like all e-commerce.
That's like the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 9.8 billion in the US, up 7.5%, 71 billion global. And then we could break it down to what the Shopify platform did from their press release. 22% increase in sales over 2022. Same period. Average cart price, $110. That's a pretty good AOV, 110. And then they said top selling countries, US, UK, Canada. Well, that makes sense. I assume
That's where Shopify penetration.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan from Loop Returns, they have 3,100 shops with year-over-year sales. Order volume up 12%, average order value up 3%, so really no move there.
But it was 123, so that kind of backs up.
Yeah, that's big.
Shopify
That's bigger
number.
than Shopify's. I feel like if you have Loop Returns
There's a
running, you're like kind of the S&P 500 of Shopify. Like you're a much better cohort than just all Shopify stores.
At the moment, I need a third-party app to help manage the volume of my returns.
Yeah.
Indicative that I have quite a few orders.
Yeah. These are the stores that are really locked in and know what they're doing already.
It was kind of interesting. Some people broke it out by vertical, and Mr. Poma at Loop did as well, where they had cosmetics up 20, jewelry up 17, apparel up 15. Apparel is the one we saw. Or if the apparel brands did well, and then he said that the challenging verticals, electronics, footwear, swimwear. Swimwear is really kind of unchanged.
Yeah, swimwear is unchanged. I think electronics is everyone still had some free cash burning a hole in their pocket last year.
I bought a lot of dumb gadgets. Is what you're saying?
Gadgets last longer. Gadgets are kind of a capital investment. You're not buying a new TV every year, so it's going to be down.
My TV is from 2019 and still has smoke stains on it. I forgot to open the flue on the fireplace. If anyone knows how to get soot off a television, just let me know. Within our clients, where I took top 20 stores, most of them were plus, and looked at this. It was similar. It tracked with this. I think the apparel stores were around this consistently. We saw this with. I don't know that I necessarily saw these results with cosmetics. I don't think we have any electronics people. I wish we did. I'd love to do an electronics store. The winner, among our clients, we had moved Navage nasal care, which it's a pressure washer for
your
waters. Yeah, I'm sure they love that description, but
we're gonna keep using it.
I love neti pots. I like rinsing out my sinuses. I'm one of those people, so I think this is a great product. We moved them from BigCommerce to Shopify, and their Black Friday sales. Among everybody we worked with, they were the winner.
And you talked to Ezra Firestone this morning.
Mr. Firestone, I did. I talked to him about it, and I said, what do you credit to? And he said, hey, better platform.
Because we moved them on to Shopify. They were on BigCommerce last year.
They went from BigCommerce to Shopify and did custom theme. And then if you're doing that, a bunch of content gets updated. I think the offer was probably good. It was like, hey, here's a bundle. Here's our starter kit or whatever it was at X% off. It wasn't a huge percentage. And fundamentally, you by not doing store-wide sale, you end up controlling that average order value. And then I think we'll talk about successful offers. And then they were more sophisticated. They sent more emails this year than in times past. But that led to all of those things combined. They were, of everybody we worked with, they just had huge numbers. I was really impressed with that and thrilled because we put so much effort into it over the last 6 months.
And they got new owners, so the new owners must be jumping for joy, I would hope. One would think. Of the offers, I don't think free gift did as well this year. I remember you mentioning that to me. Free gift didn't do well, but
I think it did. I think free gift still works. I think it just didn't work
as well as we thought. Well, but a lot of the people we talked to that were doing free gift were using it to clear out unsold inventory.
Yeah, you're overstocked on something. That's a free gift now.
Let's be honest. It was a product that no one wanted to buy anyway.
No.
And so adding it on as a free gift isn't really as big of a mover as it could have been.
Right. Yeah, when we've seen free gift really rock is when it's like, this is a limited edition product that you can only get as a free gift.
Yeah, it needs to be exclusive as the free gift, a thing no one has ever seen before. Not, here's crap that's been on our store for a year that no one bought. Guess what? You could have one for free now. Oh, thanks.
If you did store-wide sale, you did well, except you had to do, you had to phrase it as up to 60% off. And really it was 20, 40, 60.
60 when you spend more than $200 or something.
I like Well, actually, you bring up tiered discount.
Oh,
I love tiered discount because anytime I'm discounting, I want to make sure that average order value is not
killing you.
Yeah, not killing me. And like all these stores I looked at, the ones where they were up year over year, always had average order value was up over the previous year. Conversion rate was consistently up, meaning like people wanted this offer. And so then you would see order and revenue up. And tiered discount, not tough to do in Shopify with an automatic discount. Because if a product discount applies, if you have like two product discounts, 20% and 40%, and they both apply to a product, it doesn't combine them. It takes the higher of the two. And so it makes it, you just set one that's like, this discount starts when you spend 100. This one starts when you spend 150. And that's like 20 versus 40%. And so people will spend more to get the bigger discount.
Yep.
And so you really offset some of that, eating up that profit by just juicing AOV, LTV, and overall revenue spend. Good stuff. So I think for Navage, that worked in that it was like, hey, you got to buy this bundle. Like you're buying the full.
I think the bundle,
the full product.
Going back, why did I buy 4 Indiana Jones movies when only 3 of them are good? Because it was the bundle, and the bundle was cheaper, and it's hard. And I bought Jurassic Park, just Jurassic Park 1, even though Jurassic Park 3 underrated. Is pretty good.
2's the bad one in that trilogy.
Well, 2 and then all the recent ones are also bad. But the problem is they want to sell me 5, and I'm not paying for 5 to get 2.
Right.
I'll pay for 4 to get 3 of them. That's also currently a problem with Ghostbusters in that they want to give me 4 Ghostbusters movies when only 2 of them are okay in any way. So Ghostbusters 2 I don't think is that bad.
I think you treat these promos as a two-sided deal. I'm going to give you a discount. You're going to spend more.
I word it the other way. You spend more, and I'll give you a better discount.
All right. We'll take that. You're right. In the past, this could be a pain to do on Shopify, but now like automatic discount, you could just say, hey, to qualify, they have to buy 3 items from this collection. Okay, great. Well, people can now have a choose your own adventure bundle. Like BOGO tees. That's a bundle, isn't it? Right? And that juices average order value. Scripts is going away, but they gave us native bundles now. So you install the Shopify Bundles app, and then you could you say, all right, group these together. This is the discount. So much easier to do these things now on Shopify than in the past.
Yeah, I think if you could really key it in, so it's like, well, I know people are going to spend normally $100 on this site. So you set the next tier of discount at like 120 or something like that. And if you get that locked in, they're not going to walk away from spending an extra $20 to get the bonus discount. They're going to do that all day long.
Right. Yeah.
So if you could key in the amount line and the percentages so that they are spending more money, feel like they're getting a better deal, but in the end actually giving you more money, like that is where the magic really lies.
And so you could, and then if you're overstocked on something, you could throw a free gift in there. You could spend X to get X discount or do a bundle. I think the mistake people can make, and I almost started to slip into it, was having too many offers where it gets confusing.
Yeah, you really want to keep it simple.
If I can't describe this in a subject line so narrow it fits on my iPhone, that's a problem.
Yeah, you got to keep it simple. I remember it was something a couple of weeks ago, like a lot of times you don't know this because you don't know about sport. You know about basketball? Have you heard of basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
I like the Lakers.
Well, that's only because of an HBO show. You like the 80s Lakers.
Yes. I like the Bulls, too. Yeah, the 90s Bulls.
The Timberwolves had, a lot of teams will have a thing where, you'll get a free thing if the team scores 100 points. And the Timberwolves had some insane one where it's like, okay, well, if the Timberwolves score 90 and the other team scores 80, you could get 10% off at the gas station when you also buy $20 worth. It was just
halfway into that, my eyes glazed over.
It's just this is the most complex, dumb giveaway in the world. At the Bulls game, it used to literally be, if the Bulls score 100 points, you get a free Big Mac. That was it.
Oh,
you're done.
There you go.
Easy.
Yeah, if you can't explain it as quickly as that, the promo's too complicated.
So don't be the Timberwolves.
Okay, I don't think we could do any more reading of numbers on Black Friday. We've got some AMA questions from people in the Facebook group if you want to do that.
Jason wants to know, How often should a business communicate with customers, especially if the product is typically purchased once or twice a year? Is once a month reasonable without risking being blocked or ignored? That's too much. I'm going to say that's too much, depending on what you got to say.
Yeah, this one is so open-ended.
It's very open-ended. I can see a scenario where it is a special. All right, so how about a world where I only buy this thing once a year? However, it is a special item that changes on a year-to-year basis and is like reconfigured every year. Okay, maybe, but I buy it every year, once a year. Okay, maybe you do want to email those people as you walk them through the process of it being changed and updated every year. And that gets them excited for the big release when it finally comes out once a year. There, I can see that being fine. But if it's like, I buy 200 rolls of toilet paper, and now they're going to email me once a month about my toilet paper purchase, leave me alone.
All right, how about this? 5 years ago, I bought a bathroom vanity from a website. I think it was Vanity's Depot. There you go, free plug if you need a bathroom vanity. They emailed me yesterday.
Oh.
I don't know. There's no way I stayed on that newsletter. Or I think they just never emailed me. I was baffled. I got an email for the first time from them that was like, hey, sale's been extended. Like what? In case of just like replacing vanities?
That's my favorite Black Friday thing is, inevitably I have to end up making accounts on a lot of our clients' stores. So I get Black Friday emails from our clients as like a customer.
Yeah.
Because they think I'm a customer. And so I would never get emails from any of them. And then all of a sudden I'm getting inundated with emails. And the best is when like a client we last spoke to 2 years ago, all of a sudden I get an email from their email list on Black Friday. And I'm like, what? I've been on this email list for 2 years and you've decided to send one Black Friday email finally after 2 years? I haven't heard from you.
And then what'd you do with that email?
Deleted it immediately and unsubscribed.
That's okay. That's the thing you want to avoid. That is the danger.
That's true. I'm
to
king,
not emailing people.
I'm king. Never email me. The problem is if you never email them and then email them once, they go, "What the hell is this?" and then delete it right away and unsubscribe.
Like in the what now? Vanity Depot? What is this? I don't know. I would just say safe answer. Shoot for once a month. But if the content isn't relevant, if you really can't come up with anything,
that's the thing.
Don't send it.
It's hard. One, it's easy for us to say don't do it unless the content is relevant and like interesting.
But it's a low bar.
Unfortunately, also you don't know if your content is relevant or interesting because it's your store and you're completely locked into it. You're looking at it on a 2500 wide monitor, going, "Yeah, this is how it looks." Because
this is what customers want.
Yeah, because you're just locked in the box. So you think, of course, that's interesting.
You're too close to it.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, it's easy for me to say, hey, just, make some content and it should be good. And also send that monthly to weekly. What's the problem?
Just do good.
Yeah.
Just send them a good email once a month. I don't understand what's so hard about that.
Just send them the good stuff.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to force, but you are disadvantaging your business and like the easiest marketing channel you have by not trying to work out emails you could send at least monthly.
Yeah, like I'm not happy about getting an email once a month, but I don't think an email once a month is going to make people go like, get out of here, and like get mad at you.
And when it's, when we're at Black Friday, November, maybe your normal cadence is like 4 to 6 emails a month. Whatever your normal cadence is,
definitely too many.
By November, I want double it. I want 10 to 12. Just, and if you never send emails, just like warm it up. Just start September, October 1st. Start coming up with reasons. Or if you've sent emails in the past, look at what's worked in the past. Look at customer questions. Just try and come up with anything. The email in no way, no one's expecting perfect. It just has to be vaguely relevant. It has to be relevant enough that I don't make the effort to unsubscribe. If it's semi-relevant, I'm just going to delete it, not unsubscribe. Mel asks, what are effective marketing ideas for small businesses that lack the budget for extensive advertising and choose not to use discounts? Free gift with purchase. Use your newsletter because you don't want to spend on PPC. And all right, you said no extensive budget. I'd still be doing remarketing ads.
Oh, yeah.
And then in November, just extend the length of the window to like 180 days.
And I still think doing not quite discounts, but if you can do bundles. Like do bundles where like the bundle ends up being 15% less or 20% less than the individual price of all those items individually. Kind of not technically a discount, but also...
We obfuscate the discount.
Yeah, and so then it's like people feel like they're getting a deal, your average order value goes up, everyone wins.
That's what I would do. Otherwise, you could try a different value add. It's like, oh, well, we'll do a one-to-one consultation call. For some brands, for some products, that can make sense. Maybe there's a digital download you add to it. If that makes sense, that's a great one.
Digital download, that's free money.
Create it once and then you just keep adding that to the orders. That's a free gift that keeps on giving.
Robert wants to know, many gurus suggest hammering all channels 20 times a day. Don't do that. While I probably agree that's better for organic reach, those of us with limited budgets are also likely to have to be efficient with our time. Our relentless X and IG posts, it's Twitter, don't call it X, IG posts really time well spent? Or should we focus almost entirely on short form video?
This is a tough one.
I don't know.
A, don't bother with Twitter.
Who cares? Do not use Twitter. It is a complete waste of your time.
For advertising a consumer product, I don't think Twitter's ever been useful.
No, never.
The Facebook ads, Meta, like more consumer-driven social networks. So all right, immediately if we're throwing out some social networks, like LinkedIn is not going to be relevant to you. Twitter's probably not relevant to you. Facebook and Meta are. TikTok is. I think this, and you're limited on time. The solution here is to repurpose content, reuse content.
Yeah, this thing, our relentless IG posts really time well spent, or should we focus on short form video? TikTok and Instagram, they both got essentially the same product.
Reels.
Reels. It's all the same thing.
If I have one successful portrait video, that's an Instagram story, that's a reel that can be posted to Instagram and Facebook, and that's my TikTok story.
Yeah, and it's an Instagram.
Or my TikTok.
Yeah, and those are all ads that you are promoting.
And then, I could promote those as sponsored posts. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, I don't. Why is it all either or? It's not real. It's like you got to think about. Stop thinking about the channel. Think about the ad deliverable that you're creating, and then how that deliverable can apply to all of the channels. So really, you're only making one thing and then pushing it out. Not this thing where it's like, well, I got to make an Instagram reel, and I got to make a TikTok video, and I got to make a Twitter post, and I got to make this kind of thing. No, just make one thing and then just push it all out everywhere.
Now, video content is much more time-consuming to create versus like I made a single image, I made a single text post. And so I think, if you have a topic that works, a subject that works, once you've identified that hit, all right, can I recreate that? Can I turn that into other forms? Can I repurpose this? Anything you could do to create additional successful content. And I think people highly resistant to reposting, but who's going to remember something you posted 6 months ago? Or it's not necessarily that you have to repost it, remake it. Same concept, but like the hard part was the first time you came up with the idea and shot it will always take, 2.5 times as long as when you try to redo it. Because now you know what you're looking for. You move through it much faster. As I think the other option here is like try to be consistent with the content, have like one setup and just really limit barriers to action for yourself. Plus, at the same time, if you don't love it, it's tough. Some people love doing this stuff.
Yeah, no. Not good for me.
I
Don't put me in charge of that.
I enjoy it, but I could see where it could quickly turn into a grind. Trevor asks, is it feasible to have a multi-brand cart that allows for one checkout process across 2 different Shopify sites?
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I'm sure it's plausible where you could make this work.
Well,
it will be a fragile nightmare. Don't do it.
Yeah, you do some API bullshit where...
I need like a middleware
Well,
connector.
there's like one store is like the base store, is like the store that has the checkout. And then the other store takes you to cart. And when you click add to cart, you like hijack the add to cart to do an API call. Well, okay, so then all the products need to be on the store with the checkout. From both stores need to be on the checkout store. The other store, you hijack the add to cart click and you do like an API call and inject and tell what products to add to the cart to the checkout store, and then push them into that checkout. And then
I don't get why people. This is not the first time I've heard this question.
It's a terrible idea.
I don't know why you want to do this. Alternatively, the way you could misuse Shopify Markets to do this, because Shopify Markets will let you show different content in the theme depending on what the heck, on like what the subdomain is, so what country we're in, or if they're a B2B customer. I bet you could misuse that to pull this off. So it's not multiple stores, it's one store, but it can have considerably different content inside the theme. Maybe like, all right, that's a more realistic alternative to what you're trying to do here. Or, if it's just like, hey, we want different brands, or like different looks, but want different cart. Okay, theme customization, where change styles depending on, URL or what I'm looking at.
He's working on the Hardee's / Carl's Jr. account.
Well, I think for that, it's a switcher. Are you a Hardee's man or a Carl's Jr. man? Which one is ours? Hardee's?
We're in Hardee's territory. Yeah, Carl's Jr. is like West Coast.
Okay. I've never been to either.
No, I have higher standards for myself. I say as I wear my work hoodie. And haven't shaved in a week.
That is that hoodie does not leave this office.
Because our office, sometimes it's 60 degrees, just randomly, and we can't control it.
It's, a little unpredictable weather in here.
James wants to know, are there any updated guides on adding third-party scripts to Shopify's new checkout, especially for services like Microsoft Clarity? I don't know. Yeah. Tell me, Kurt.
No, I'd love to know.
Oh, geez.
I think the right answer here is you're supposed to use, what's it called? Shopify something.
Shop something.
Shopify Pixels?
Yeah, Shop Pixel.
Pixels? Shop a Pixel? Pixelify. No, they're customer events, I think is the name of the feature. But Shopify has a feature for handling scripts, but it's not particularly user-friendly. You have to be a developer to be able to mess with this thing. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. I would love the answer to this. It's like, okay, what is just the consistent, straightforward way if I want my heat mapping pixel to fire inside the checkout? In the past, if I had access to checkout.liquid, edit, paste, done. I don't anymore.
See, the problem with that is the point of heat mapping is to expose issues.
Troublemakers.
Well, issues in the user interface.
Yeah.
We don't control the user interface in the checkout. So I could see, so what do we gain from that? We see a thing that Shopify screwed up in the checkout and is confusing users. And we go, well, guess that's broken. And then we can't do anything.
That's a good point. Like, are you torturing yourself here?
Yeah, like Shopify's not going to let us change it. And
it would be interesting that like 1 page versus 3 page.
Yeah.
Give me a heat map and on the 1 page, scroll map. How far do they consistently get through that page? And then is it payment? Is it or is it shipping? That is the stopping point. Oh, now I want to do it.
All right.
Yeah, I just talked myself into it. James, thanks for bringing that up. So jury's out on that one.
Monica wants to know, does anyone know if there's an option to add a checkbox to the checkout process or when items get put into the cart that I can use to say, quote, I'm aware this is a digital product and no physical product will be mailed to me? You answered this in the Facebook group already, and your answer was right. A lot of themes have like a terms and conditions box.
Yeah, I agree to terms.
That's on the cart page, and you could turn it on and off in the theme settings. They also usually have something in languages where you could change, languages you could change the label on things instead of being like go to checkout. You could change like to proceed to checkout, like the wording of various elements. And you can sometimes change the wording of that box. So fingers crossed, if everything works, you could go into your theme, turn on the terms and conditions box on the cart, go into your languages, find the label for that, and change it to, I'm aware this is a digital product. Boom, problem solved. If your theme does not have those abilities, you got to get someone, but they could totally put a checkbox in your cart page form that would do that. But you got to find someone who knows how to add form elements and knows how to make those form elements block the submission of the form unless it's checked.
It is, for a competent theme developer,
it's very fast. It's
this
easy.
one's a walk in the park.
It's easy for someone who knows what they're doing, but chances are you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, and there are apps that'll do it. I found one that'll do it. I would recommend skip an app on this one.
Skip an app, and please skip an app.
Pay for this one as a theme customization, or ideally the theme supports it already. We got some homepage design questions. Max asks, are hero images and carousels above the fold still considered ineffective? Why does this break people's brain?
They just, because
no one wants to give up carousels.
Because they see people doing it's all right. Again,
but major retailers aren't doing it particularly anymore.
You know in the NFL how everyone punts on fourth down?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I know. Even though consistently the math has shown for over multiple decades, you should almost never punt on fourth down. You should always go for it. And even though the math is settled, always go for it on fourth down, it is only slightly increased that teams now go for it on fourth down maybe like 15% of the time because no one wants to be the guy that goes for it on fourth down all the time. Same thing with shooting free throws in basketball. The best way to shoot a free throw in basketball is quote unquote granny style, where you put the ball between your knees and throw it up like this.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's shown. That's the best way to do it consistently. No one's going to do that because you look stupid.
Well, because you named it granny style.
Well, I mean, that's
if
what
you called that going beast mode, then that's how everybody would shoot.
So it's like no one wants to be the guy that gets rid of the carousel, and then because of random reasons outside of your control, revenue went down 10% last month. It's going to be like, you got rid of the carousel. You're fired.
So this is an easy one to split test and to see in screen recordings. People only ever see the first slide. The reason carousels get used is because it's an easy way to settle arguments on what should be featured on the homepage.
What's the most important thing? Well, we'll add it to the carousel.
The carousel means, I don't have to make a hard decision. I can just jam whatever nonsense, like 10 slides in there, and now everything's important.
I mean, and it's so funny that you mentioned that because it just crossed my mind now. Like, we've had clients that don't run their stores in the most efficient manner and have a lot of internal strife and power grabs.
Oh, that's the worst.
And
the internal power grabs.
And all of those, those stores consistently have like homepage slideshows with like 6 things in them, 7 things in them. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's because there's 7 different people going, this is what needs to be in there.
Yeah.
Here's what's silly about it. Over the last 10 years, all experiences moved to infinite gazing pool of forever scrolling.
Yep.
Right? Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of them
Twitter.
have trained you.
You just keep going. You're just going
keep
down.
Scrolling, my man. None of them are like go left to right, or my favorite, I'm just going to stare at this for 5 seconds until it advances to the next slide.
Yeah.
Who do we think is doing that?
Who does that? No.
No one's doing that. So it's like you can have as much as you want. Just stack it so they can scroll through it. That's all we're saying. The carousel just hides stuff.
Yeah,
that's why it's ineffective.
Above the fold, it's got to get above the fold. People don't know how to scroll, even though every single social media site that every single human spends 90% of their goddamn day on, they're just scrolling all day long. But when they get to my website, they forgot how to scroll. They don't know how to do that. It's got to be above the fold. Holy shit, blow my brains out.
How many offers do you have? Right? Even if I'm stacking individual images, I could still do 3 offers. I think like if this is I could show 3 offers. I don't think it's a problem. I could come up with layouts that do this. I like Crate and Barrel as an example.
Well, and they're like in above the fold. Don't I care? So I'm asking a question above the fold. I care about the fold, this amorphous thing that doesn't really exist. Also, I need a hero image.
Here he says hero images and carousels.
So the hero image is huge. It takes up most of the space above the fold. Why are you pushing more stuff below the fold if you care about the fold? It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, does it?
You know what? And when I read this question, I was like, what is Amazon doing right now? What is Amazon doing at this second? And I went on Amazon's website, and it did have a hero image. on Amazon's website.
Okay.
Do you know how big that hero image was?
No.
It was like 6:1 aspect ratio. It was like 100 pixels high, or maybe 200 pixels high.
It's
and
a
then
banner.
1,200. It was a banner. It was not a quote unquote hero image. It was like 1,200 by 600. It was nothing. And no one ever makes one that size. It's always got to be these giant 16 by 9 things.
They want the cover image where it looks like a poster.
Yeah.
Looks like a wallpaper.
It looks like a magazine. Those things that people read all the time.
I like the homepage is a catalog. It should be a catalog. I think catalog layout is the way to go. When we looked at
That's going to his next question. What are some alternate strategies for homepage design you recommend? Just do a collection listing.
my favorite
Just
example.
show me what's on the. Show me the categories. Oh, you got 4 major categories of products. Get me into one of the categories as quickly as possible. Get me down the funnel as quickly as possible.
Neckbreaker Tees. They have had the same website, as far as I could tell, for at least 3 years. And I've got no association to these people. You land on the site and it just says buy 3, get 1 free. It's always some offer. And then below that is a grid of products. That is the whole homepage. That's it. The entire homepage's purpose is to be like, here's the offer. Take it or leave it. This is what we got.
In my head, the best possible performing homepage is a banner declaring, here is our cool new product, here is the sale we're currently having, some important piece of temporary information that might change. Below that is either a collection grid of the products or a grid of the different categories of products to move people down in the funnel. That is it. I have no scientific evidence that that is the best homepage because no one will let me do it. One day someone will let me do it, and I will prove everyone wrong. I will never be hoisted upon my own home petard. I will receive no comeuppance. I will be right.
I enjoy your confidence. But it tracks because it is straightforward, it is simple, it is understandable, and it's all offer. Everything takes you to a product or a category. That's all it's got to do. And I could see it at a glance just scrolling through it. Versus, hiding stuff. But yeah, like Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, Target, Crate and Barrel, Lowe's, Home, all these sites, I went to them. That was how they're all set up. It was just it wasn't a giant hero poster image with 5 slides. It was what you described. It was a short banner.
A thin banner.
A thin banner that was like, hey, there's some stuff on sale. And then a series of tiles that were all featured promos, departments, offers, or products. There wasn't an about page on any of them. Here's our story. That stuff could be that stuff could be valuable.
That
Obviously,
stuff-
like a
that-
big box retailer.
No, well, and I mean,
Very different.
We've talked. Don't retcon previous episodes, dude. We've talked about how important about pages are, but the reason about pages are important is because
They don't know you.
they don't know you, and it's to build confidence in the store. So, and telling your own story, that can be integrated into the product page. It definitely doesn't need to be on the homepage.
You just get them into the homepage is one job. Just get me shopping.
Get them to sign on the line which is dotted. Why is it so hard to get them to that?
Kate asks, what heat tracking or similar software do merchants favor for improving website conversion rates?
You got opinions.
You can't beat Microsoft Clarity. It's free and it does everything. They're just like, put that script on your site. We're stealing your data, buddy. That's fine. I'll take that trade-off because I'm not paying them. Right? I like Clarity. And Lucky Orange is popular. That's always been popular for Shopify stores. They just have an app. They make it easy. You do everything in your Shopify admin. But for me, Clarity. So I'd say Clarity, Lucky Orange, and there's probably another one with heat in the title.
I don't know, but don't use them.
Yeah. And that's it for today's episode. I hope everybody's Black Friday sale went well. And it isn't over.
It's not over. People
Yeah.
are buying.
You got
Gotta get
another-
those last minute gifts.
You have another solid 2 weeks, and now you don't have to lean on discounting because it's just, here is the last day
Yeah, because now they're
to
scared.
get the sale.
They're running scared now.
Or the last day to get it in time for the holidays, and here's what's left in stock. And so it's just scarcity, urgency, and if you're feeling generous, you could do we'll upgrade your shipping, or we'll do free shipping, over X. Yeah. There, we did it. Another successful episode in the can.
It's amazing.
Wow, we're so good at this.
It's like 500 weeks in a row. Who could top this streak? Nobody.
And we got I lined up a bunch of guests. We got some good stuff, some good people coming up.
Yeah,
December.
you gotta record those, and I gotta edit them so we can not work the last 2 weeks of the year.
Yeah. Once by December 15th, I'm not hearing from everybody until January 3rd.
I got to admit, on Sunday, I got the Sunday scaries because it was like we had Black Friday. It was now Sunday. And I was like, wait a minute. I got to go back to work. Like, we're done. We're done.
No.
And like December is usually half-assed, but I was like, I got 0 S. Like, it's over. I was really looking forward to my December off, and society is making me work now. And I can't.
No, you got to go till at least December 15th.
Oh, my God.
As whatever the shipping deadlines are. All right, we're out. I hope this was useful.
All right. Bye-bye.